Aloha, fellow Aries. It's Kim Jolene with Finding Your Fiji, and I'm here doing your monthly reading for October 2018. And as always, this is one of my favorite readings because I too am an Aries, and I love to see what's happening for us in this new month that's coming. Before I jump into that, I just want to share that I've got a video that's going to follow this one that's going to give you a little bit more information about the Treasure Box Club. So this is something brand new that I'm rolling out. A lot of light around this treasure box. It's all about attracting abundance and opening yourself up to receive the abundance that is there for you. So it's a really beautiful thing, and you'll learn a little bit more about that at the very end of this video. So let's go ahead and get started with, we're going to do the theme for the month. We'll get some additional information from the general cards that we have, and then we're focusing on romance this month. So romance is going to be the focus. We also will have an animal totem for this month, an animal that's going to assist us in the month of October, essentially helping us navigate, right? Helping us navigate with more ease and more grace. So let's go ahead and jump in and get started. Our theme for this month is the Eight of Earth. Earth cards are all about how we make our money, what we need to do to be grounded here on Earth. And this is a good card. I love the 8 because 8 is in numerology represents abundance, so that's something that we'll be working with a little bit in the Treasure Box Club as well. They're just popping that in now. They did not tell me that we were going to be working on that. So the angels are always surprising me with new information, the angels in my spiritual team. So the Eight of Earth energy is about the work that you've done being rewarded. So yay, right? We've been working our butts off, and now there is going to be some reward to that. But it's also about studying something new, learning a new skill. So one of the things that I'm currently learning is this aspect of storytelling. Right? So I'm in the process of writing a book. I've been working on it for a while, and I think it's probably not going to come out until next year, most likely, or be finished until next year, right? And so I'm working on that for the storytelling aspect, but also just in my business. So there's so many stories that I have to share about my experiences that are really helpful to other people, and so I'm learning about that storytelling aspect of things. So that can be, an example of what might be going back to school. But that's going to be your theme for this month. Let's see what else is coming in for you. So if you have not hopped on my Facebook page, I challenged myself to do 30 days of Facebook Lives. So every day I am doing a Facebook Live, and there's different things. It's not always reading. Sometimes they are, I'm trying to think what I've done that's different. I talked about Feng Shui the one day. I've told some stories about, how I connected with my angels and guides, different things like that. So always different stuff that's popping in, and I'm just following the flow with it. But if you don't follow me on Facebook, go to my page, Finding Your Fiji, and make sure that you like the page, number one, but then also click the little down arrow for notifications, and you can change the notifications so that you get notified when I post on there, and that way you'll know when I'm going live. You'll get a notification of that. Okay, so we've got a really a balance of fire and earth energy this month. We've got the Five of Fire coming in for us, and the fire cards are, of course, about passion and action. I also read these as fame and reputation, and this is competing goals. So you see all those the 5 different swords there, right? It's really competing goals and lots of little details that we need to handle and take care of, right? So the thing to remember about this is, when we are focused on too many things at once, it really makes it difficult for us to accomplish things, right? And this tends to be an Aries thing because we run off with this thing, we run off with that thing, the next thing, right? And so what they're really wanting you to do is look at what is the highest priority now. Where's the most light, right? what's got the most light around it right now. So, and focusing on that. There may also be a little bit of conflict with others this month as well. And then we've got the Three of Fire coming in. I absolutely love this card because, and the reason I love this card, sometimes they're pointing to different things on the card, so I've got to look at it a little bit longer. The Three of Fire cards, again, about passion and action, but this is about abundance. The other thing that they're showing me with this is that you have support. You have people backing you up. So people in your actual life, but also in the non-physical, right? You've got all of that spiritual help that's there for you. Things look really good. So you can, you can make plans. You can look towards the future. So this is really, I don't know about you guys, but this is really a relief for me because of some stuff that's been coming up for me recently, and I'm like, oh yay, we've got this energy of yes, the abundance is there, and yes, you can make long-term plans. So I really like that a lot. The Ten of Earth is also a great card because it's about happy family life. So really being content in your life, having that financial security, having trustworthy relationships, really finding time for the people in your life, right? So that's a beautiful aspect of this as well. All right, let's see what we've got for the romance line of things for this month. So this is a beautiful card for us. It's safe for you to love. Really important thing to remember, that you can never actually be hurt. I think that's sometimes why we don't open up to relationship, why we don't open up to being loved, is because we're afraid of being hurt. The majority of us have been hurt at some point in our lives, right? In relationship or within family or whatever. And so there can be that essence of, feeling like you're going to get hurt. They're wanting to let you know that it's completely safe for you to be loved, and that you can open your heart. That's the space of being safe, is actually having your heart fully open, right? We also have the honeymoon card coming in. So I love this card for us because it's really about that blissful time together with your beloved. So it's about enjoying that holiday time together, enjoying that connection. So for those of you, perhaps like me, that are single, this is really an indication that you are going to spend some quality time with, a partner of some sort in the month of October. So it might be just someone that you're dating. It might be someone that you felt connected with in the past that comes back in. Just whatever that is, it's about this fun time, right? Playful time together. We do have religious factors coming in as well, which is just a heads up kind of card for you. So the heads up with this is really to be respectful of other people's beliefs, and be in a space of what resonates with you, and allowing the other person to feel good about what resonates with them, because it might not be the same, right? You might have been brought up differently in different religions, so have different beliefs about things. That doesn't mean the relationship can't work. If you have mutual respect for one another and for one another's beliefs, it can actually really be a deep, rich relationship, because you're both learning about other aspects of life and beliefs when you're in connection with one another. So it's beautiful. All right, are you ready for our mascot? Our mascot for this month is the coyote. And honestly, when I turn this card over, I don't love it. It's not one of my favorite cards. It's the wise fool. So it's really about learning from your mistakes. So it says accept your follies, right? So the mistakes that you've made, the follies, the things that you've goofed up, and learn what you can from them. So it's never, to me, I don't know that it's ever fun to learn from mistakes, just because making the mistakes and then you get that that sense of like, dang it, I didn't do it right, you know, type of thing. And so this coyote is the wise fool. Learn what you can from it and move on is essentially the energy around that. So I love that for you. That is what I've got for you this month. Stay tuned for that next video that's going to give you more information about the abundance attraction factor and how to boost that in your life. Have an amazing October. Much love to you. Aloha, it's Kim Jolene with Finding Your Fiji, and I'm here today to share with you a little bit more about my Treasure Box Club, which is brand new. And the Treasure Box is actually based on a super powerful Feng Shui adjustment called the Treasure Box that is a way to help you attract and bring in more abundance into your life. And the idea around this is, you know, essentially it's based in Feng Shui, right? And Feng Shui is a 6,000-year-old art and science that's based on the principle that your space or your environment reflects and affects your life and what's happening in your life circumstances, right? So Feng Shui improves your life by balancing the energy in your space and creating an environment that energetically supports the things that you want to be, do, and have in your life. So very subtle shifts, subtle changes make a big impact in what's happening in your life. So oftentimes there's things that are impacting your life and they are impacting you from your environment and you have no idea about that, right? So the really idea behind all the videos that I shoot and even this treasure box one that I'm sharing with you is really just to get you thinking about your environment and how it might be impacting you or impacting your life. And of course, to provide solutions for how you can make shifts in your environment to positively impact your life. So, the Treasure Box Club. What is the Treasure Box Club all about? I'm super excited about it because it's really a fun thing for me. I have created treasure box kits for a number of years, and when I moved to Maui, I stopped selling those just because it was like I was just not sure about the shipping and all of that kind of stuff, and I hadn't bought everything that needed to go into the kits because there's very specific things that go into the kits, right? So the treasure box, again, is a very powerful Feng Shui adjustment. And it's something that we conduct for 27 days in a row. And that's part of the power of it, is this building upon it day after day after day, okay? So the items that you actually need for the treasure box, I'm going to show you what those are today, and then I'm also going to share with you a little bit more about what the Treasure Box Club is about. So the items that you need to actually do the treasure box adjustment or to create your quote-unquote treasure box, you need a piggy bank. So I've got these cute, adorable little piggies with the green snouts. I chose the green because, of course, green, you know, oftentimes means money for people. So these adorable little piggy banks, that is the first thing that you need. You need a red cloth. So these are red cloths that are included in the kit. And then you need a new black pen, and a mirror. This one happens to be, I believe it's 6-inch diameter. So a mirror is needed for the adjustment. And then red paper is the other thing that is needed for the adjustment. So these are the basic things that we need to actually do the adjustment. But when you join the club, the Treasure Box Club, it's so much more than just what's included in the kit. You get everything that is required to do the adjustment, including a little scroll that has all the instructions in it and ideas and tips for being successful with it. So you get all of that with the Treasure Box Club, but the club is more than that because it's really about having the support to successfully complete the adjustment, right? And it's also about receiving sort of things along the way that will help shift you mentally towards more abundance and to attract more abundance that way as well. So it includes a number of different things. We have a private Facebook group. So when you join the Treasure Box Club, you will be in the private Facebook group. And it also includes, so in that group, it's not just a it's not just a community, although the community aspect of it is really important, but it's also about giving you that support. So if you have questions, you're able to post them in there and I'm able to answer them. Also, it's about celebrating the successes, because when we celebrate our success, so when you actually post about your success or the abundance that you're attracting in, it actually expands it. And when you read other people's posts, it also raises your vibration and your attraction point. So doing this in a group format is so super powerful. I just can't even share with you enough how powerful it is to do it in a group setting, because again, it's magnified. Your efforts in attracting more abundance are magnified by everyone else in the group. So flippin' cool. I love that aspect of it. Super cool. So, but the club, of course, is about more than that. So when you join the club, you get everything that I talked about here, but you also are getting within, and it comes in, I have to show you this because it's super cute. It all comes to you in a purple box. So this is the box that you'll receive when you order your Treasure Box kit. And the box is purple because purple is the color for the wealth sector in our Feng Shui Bagua. So you see that right here. Wealth is purple. So that is specifically why I chose the color purple for the boxes as well. And then with that box, you also get an angel that's going to be there for you on your journey. So I have a bunch of different archangels and their invocations, and so it's really a random thing, but always perfect, right? Just like with the cards, is that you will receive the angel that most wants to work with you throughout the process, and that angel is going to stay with you. So you'll have an invocation, you'll have a picture of the angel and the angel's message to go along with you on the journey, as well as an abundance invocation. So that invocation is something that it will be on a little, like a business card size, that you can carry with you. And anytime you're wanting, like standing in line at the grocery store, you can read it. If you're, waiting at a stoplight, you can read it. These are things that you can do to boost the energy and your abundance attraction factor, which I like to call it. I love that phrasing that they just brought in, abundance attraction factor. Can't say it too many times fast, but it is super powerful. So the box contains all of that. You get all of that. One lucky person in each group that I send out. So when I do the group format, which I'm going to be offering twice a year, this time around it's going to be October and then February. So the very first one, the focus group that I'm doing, is October. But in each of these like batches that I'm doing with the group format, one of them will contain this red envelope. So this beautiful red envelope. This red envelope contains a gift certificate for a free 30-minute reading with me, a private reading, and that is worth $99. So right away, someone is going to have that abundance coming into them immediately, right? So that is a cool thing. So when you get your box, look for that if you are part of one of the groups. Okay. Let's see what else I need to share. So what else does the Treasure Box Club, do for you? What else do you get? So I'm creating wealth affirmations for every single day. So for 27 days, you'll have a wealth affirmation that you can work with for that particular day while we're doing the adjustment. I will also have a wealth or abundance meditation. So this is something that I'm going to be channeling, and this will be a downloadable item for you where you'll be able to download this meditation and keep it forever and keep working with it, right? But really beautiful energy to work with that meditation on a daily or however often you feel like doing it during the time that you're doing the treasure box adjustment, right? So that is also included. I'm also including 2 Facebook Live sessions for the groups. So one will be before we actually start the adjustment, so I can share with you a little bit more of the details about it and show you how to set it up. And then I will do one midstream that will just do kind of a check-in and how are things going, what questions do you have, what else is coming up for you. And you'll always still be able to ask questions in the Facebook group as well. But I just like the idea of doing that touch point in between time. And then the beautiful part about this also is that I am going to offer, for those of you in the group setting, I'm going to offer a text reminder on a daily basis. So this will be a text that will come to you reminding you to collect your coins, which is part of the process, and then also will contain that wealth affirmation for the day. So beautiful way to just have that reminder popping in for you on a daily basis. So that is something else that I'm offering with the group aspect of things. And then the beautiful thing about this is once you have the kit, you'll remain in the Treasure Box Club throughout, and when I do new groups, you can actually participate in the new groups as well. So that is something that is really a beautiful bonus, because that means that if you wanted to do the Treasure Box a couple times a year, you could do that, because you'll have everything that you need. You will have to get a new pen each time, because it does require a new black pen each time that you do it. So that is a pretty simple, easy thing, very accessible for you to get. And then I am including extra red paper in your kit, but that's something if you do it, you know, year after year, you might have to buy some red paper. So those would be the only things that you might have to do. So that is what the Treasure Box is about. Super powerful Feng Shui adjustment. And I do just want to share something that one of my clients that went through this said to me about it. And her take on it was she understood, or she came to realize by doing the Treasure Box adjustment, that she needed to get out of her house to attract more abundance. So that was an interesting dynamic, because lots of times with technology now and everybody's online, we tend to stay home more, right, than getting out. And this required her to get out of the house more, which drew more energy to her, right, and more abundance to her. And the other aspect of the Treasure Box is that you are collecting coins on a daily basis, which means that you're needing to use cash. And so many people now are just using their debit cards or credit cards for everything that they're not really getting the feel of using cash. So this adjustment requires that you use cash, because you've got to get coins on a daily basis. So even if you're just using like $1 a day, you still have to have cash and be using some cash. And so it's a really beautiful energy to actually feel money again, because there's so much that we don't feel money around, right? And then I'll have some other tips and tricks along the way, some other practices that will help boost the energy of abundance, as well as additional Feng Shui tips for abundance. So specific things that you can do within your home to raise the energy of your wealth attraction factor in your space and thus in your life. So lots of juicy goodness with this. I hope that you join us. It's going to be super fun. Super high vibe, and really will help you bring in more abundance into your life. And abundance can come in so many different ways. That's the other piece of it too. It's not just about the money. Abundance comes in many, many forms. Abundance of friends, abundance of love, abundance of time. There's so many other different ways that this abundance can show up for you. So super excited for you to join us, and all of the links and information are below if you're watching this on YouTube. Otherwise, if you're watching this on my website, then the information is contained within this page. Have an amazing, amazing day. Hope to see you soon. Aloha.